Homegrown Radio.
On the line, we have one of the most resilient, one of the most consistent, one of the most creative and talented rappers to come out of the East Rand. Definitely one of the flag bearers of the East Rand, representing Tembisa, 1632, 1630. Shout out to the East Rand one time. Bro went from being hood famous to your favorite rapper knowing what his name is. A rapper's rapper. Bro is definitely raising the stakes in each song and each take that he takes. Cresta actually said he's one of his favorite rappers, like period. Like one of his favorite rappers, period, is Touchline.
Cause I gotta get myself paid, my friends paid, my fat paid. 2 words, self-made. I sign a contract on my terms. Ain't no record label that I won't.
And that we have on the line, he's worked with the likes of Big Zulu, KO, Red Button, Focalistic, just to name a few. Number 4 on MTV Base's hottest MCs list for 2020, New Wave. I'm not sure if he's New Wave though, if they should just put him in the all-time list. And you know what I'm saying? He's been the wave. Issue. Welcome to the show, bro. Touchline.
Yo, man, I don't know if it's been a better intro than that one, but yeah, shout out to you.
Shout out to you, Machi. Thanks for taking our call. I know you're actually busy shooting a music video. You're a busy man. So we really appreciate you taking our call.
Thank you, man. I'm actually in between 2 shoots, so I'm driving to the next one right now.
Issue.
But yeah, hopefully I won't be late. I'll be out there.
Thank you for your time, Machi. So before the break, we were just touching on record labels, and just how relevant they are in 2021. Are they as relevant as they were, 10 to 20 years ago? So I just want to ask from you, bro, should upcoming artists be making music with hopes of getting signed, or should the focus just be more on how they can pave the way for themselves?
Definitely the latter. I think the times where we had to do something to get a higher power's attention, has, it's gone now. I think manje it's more about, Intwana paving the way for themselves.
Sure.
Whatever it is that they're doing, it's all about culture and what you can create around your culture. The most important thing now is not to try to find somebody that can put you out there, but you've got a screen, you've got a phone, right?
Yes, sir.
That can help you reach the world, So it shifted things into our hands a little bit, but it's all about your creativity and what you can do with it.
I agree with you. I agree, bro. So what you're saying is record labels are not as relevant as they were 10 years to 20 years ago. Basically, the power is in the upcoming artists' hands right now.
Definitely. The label obviously the primary function of a label is to get your music out there.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Help you create the music and help you to get the music out there. But now, kids are recording themselves in their own bedroom studios, and then they've got social media to try to push the music. So, the problems that you try to solve after that is how many people you can reach,
Yes,
but in terms of creation, in terms of even shooting their own visuals, they got phones now, Kids have phones that they can use to just shoot their own music videos. I myself have shot a few music videos on a phone,
Yes, sir.
And one of the songs that people love the most from me is Nyaraza, and I shot that whole music video on the phone. So you understand, the power lies with us.
Yes, sir. So it's not so much the same where we needed record labels in the past in terms of their resources and what they can offer you. You as an upcoming artist actually have the resources at your disposal. I think the only tricky thing now is how much reach do you have as an upcoming artist compared to the record label who's been doing it for years and years. So what are some of the things that record labels can offer upcoming artists that upcoming artists can't do for themselves?
Yeah, small God.
I think for record labels right now, it's the reach, it's the ability to plug you on radio stations,
for sure.
To plug you on, certain TV stations after you shot the music video, the ability to get you certain performances on television, certain gigs around the country.
Sure.
Management is the big one for record labels. That's what they try to get, more. That's the big one that they want.
Sure.
So those are the functions, or rather the roles that a record label can play, to help push an artist's career further. So
Sure.
Those are the things that the kids are still learning and still fighting to get a hold of, or so that's the most important thing right now.
I agree with you, bro. As much as an upcoming artist can love to do certain things for themselves, at the end of the day, we're faced with a lot of things here in South Africa. With such a high unemployment rate, you might want to do certain things for yourself, but you may not have the resources at your disposal. I'm talking in terms of like budget. Maybe there's certain things you want to shoot, but then because you don't have the budget like that, those are some of the things that might force you to sign. You know what I'm saying? Even if you didn't want to. So Kanye West refers to record labels as slave ships. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with Ye, or is Ye capping?
Just ask that question one more time.
Kanye West refers to record labels as slave ships. Record labels are slave ship, modern day slave ship.
Sure.
This is slavery. Do you agree with what he's saying, or is Ye capping? Is a cap? Should we call him out on that?
I mean, it all depends on the deal. It can. Partially,
Sure.
Because it can be like that. Some record labels really don't have the interest of the art at heart.
Facts.
I would say most, don't. So every artist is out there fighting for themselves and holding things out. So yeah, man, it can be like a slave ground. You feel the other for what you want.
Sure.
You busy, you laboring, you working so hard to make someone else rich. With your own craft, with your own art.
Sure.
It can become like that, but the power is more in our hands now to sign better deals, to find level ground, in terms of what needs to happen. So yeah.
Self-made, Motesha, every single day, cause you want it in a bad way. You run yourself, you don't do the rat race. But you gotta get yourself paid, your friends paid, your fam paid.
Sure, and it seems like we repeating mistakes. It's the same thing over and over again. For the longest of time, we've been hearing rappers complain about the record labels and the record deals that they were forced to sign, and forgetting that situations have changed. You know what I'm saying? With the introduction of new technology, we actually have more power than they did way back. So people like Snoop Dogg, Lupe Fiasco, they were not happy with their deals. But then if you fast forward till today, about MT and about Aries and other rappers, they're actually not happy with the deals that they were made to sign. You know what I'm saying? So it's very tricky to see us repeating the same mistakes. What are some of the things that upcoming artists should look out for when signing?
Definitely find out what the record label is going to do for you. In relation to how much of your stake you're giving away.
Sure.
Those are two important things, because at the end of the day, we all sacrifice something. The record label has to sacrifice something, you as an artist have to sacrifice something.
That's a fact.
But what you need to make sure is that you're not sacrificing more than the label.
It's true.
A young Legend. I've got love, these streets need plenty. I shine bright and increase envy. Line by line, they see me deadly. Bye bye, son, you breathing heavy. Hide my gun for peace in every single corner. In a coma where you end up if you think you end me. All your stories deep, keep
Issue. Those are bars. We have Touchline here on the line, and he's just dropping some gems for us, upcoming artists, just basically telling us some of the things to look out for. We mustn't forget that record labels are in business. It's a music business at the end of the day, so it's not a charity thing where they're just looking to give out money like that. It's a give and take, basically. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get a return on the investment that they're making. So definitely agree with what Touchline is saying. Last question for you, bro. What advice do you have for an upcoming artist sitting in his home studio at home right now, working towards getting his big break, working towards making the dream work? What words of encouragement do you have for that upcoming artist, Endlin?
I think the most important thing that artist needs to know is he needs to find his own identity,
Yes, sir.
His or her own identity when creating. Focus on the quality. I think the 10,000 hours first have to go into creating a proper product,
Sure.
Where people can resonate with what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're singing, the messages you're putting out there. The second thing is to try to build as many relationships as possible. Don't be on Twitter talking reckless.
Sure.
Sure. And I think the third thing is to just believe in yourself to the point where nobody can make you doubt yourself.
Facts. Facts.
That one is the toughest one, I think, in an industry that's so competitive. it's easy to lose track of the things that matter to you and when you started, you know. So just being, you know, focused on your goals, your objectives.
Sure,
Those
sure.
are the most important things for any artist.
Is Touchline looking to sign a deal? Would he sign in the near future?
You can say that again?
Is Touchline looking to sign a deal, or is he good with the way things are going at the moment? Or in the future, is he looking at signing?
I mean, look, I think I've built the brand to the point where it's got enough leverage to
Sure.
try to find a deal that works for me. It wouldn't be a record deal that I signed, but it would definitely be the kind that helps me get to meet more people, you know, and obviously sacrificing a stake of
Sure,
what
sure.
I'm doing, but not sacrificing too much because, you know, I've got more leverage right now than I think, let's say, 3 years ago.
Facts,
So
facts.
if I do sign, it will definitely be beneficial.
For sure. I think definitely if you look at your career, if you look at Touchline's career, you can definitely see that the boy has covered a lot of ground, you know what I'm saying? So definitely he has a lot of leverage, and he actually has a lot of bargaining power. You know, he can actually negotiate the deal as opposed to being thrown a deal and then you are forced to sign the deal. So that was Touchline, Punchline on the line. You can follow him on his socials at Touchline. That's across all social media handles. Thank you, Machi. Thank you for your time.